Look at this. Just passive damage from normal attacks. He's frying a bottom part on his own. Normal attacks. Okay, now he's going with the ability. And the ability is also doing a pretty impressive amount of damage. But this, look this, no, mostly normal attacks. A whole bottom is almost fried now. He's going to the top half. And again, he's taking the punishment. Of course, I have a healer here to keep him fried. But he's alone doing all of this damage. Taking out the shield gen. Wow. This bot, wow. Gears and Quake, I like these entries to Transformers Earth Force, and they're absolutely amazing. They can do so much damage. They can support squad, so much flexibility, and for them, I will have to show you a couple of builds they can do that are more suited to do different things. But wow, these guys, absolutely amazing. And I'm on my playtest account, so these are the stats of a fully maxed out version. Yeah, absolutely, he's something else entirely. Okay, so one thing that I want to address is his passive. Passively, he throws a grenade that applies acid. So that's something to keep in mind because it is very useful and it will become more relevant later on as I get to the build. But now let's get over to the ability. So what does he do? He fires the rockets and apply glass gas in an area. Glass gas makes all targets in an area see 40% more damage for 10 seconds in this case. Then he also transforms, and for 10 seconds he launches missiles that deal a certain portion of damage every second in an area. Now the area is very small, and it can might as well be a single target because it's just so small, and it can only affect targets that are really close up, like next to each other. But other than that, he's very similar to. He's kind of like a hybrid between Cliff Jumper. Cliff Jumper is kickback for Decepticons, and Rotor Storm, who is Spinister for Decepticons. He's pretty much those two bots merged together, but better. Now let's see how the ability looks like. Uh, so basically, as you can see, you cast ability, he shoots out rockets, and all of these buildings that have this icon are affected by glass gas, and they will take 40% more damage. So this can be very useful. Now you do not have to just use the ability on its own. You can just apply glass gas and let your squad also do damage because the damage increase also applies to your squad. For example, bots like Leo Prime, that's Predacon Inferno for Decepticons, fully maxed out, does about 20,000 damage in total. This amps it up to 28,000, which is an absolute overkill, so just something to consider. Okay, and this is the first build that I want to show you. This is something of a it does a lot of passive damage. Like you do not have to cast ability. He just does a lot of damage in an area on his own, support squad, and he's just an amazing gunner overall. Now the core of my choice for this will be Prima. Basically, all targets that are hit by your basic attacks will receive 25% extra damage, and my combat of choice will be Top Shot. Top Shot is Fireline for Decepticons. Basically, it's a grenade launcher that sets everything on fire, and it's absolutely amazing because it affects multiple targets at once, huge area. That means the targets in the area will also be affected by Prima, and he does fire damage. So fire damage pairs extremely well from the passive grenades that do acid. Basically, acid makes fire deal 20% more damage and blocks healing. So passively, he blocks healing, he does a ton of damage, and he also does increases the damage dealt to targets from the Prima in a large area for your squad to do even more damage. Now let's see it in action. Okay, I got the base here in playtest, and I'm just going to go slowly with the full squad. This is a very gunner-oriented squad because uh, now let's see. I can do a lot of damage here. Let's target this and let's detonate with Wing Saber. Almost done. Almost done. I'm gonna need a little bit more juice. Okay, and let's see. Pipes can. I mean, the good thing about this pretty much a gunner-oriented squad is they do so much damage passively without too much caring. Let's see. I want to get rid of... okay, now let's apply his glass gas, and which will make entire squad do more damage. Let's also rush forward with pipes. So he pops these outposts, and he wants to get rid of this. This MDS is just annoying. Okay, now I want to just... okay, let's see and play slowly. I'll try not to cast abilities, just to show you how much damage they can do passively. So now let's deploy this, just use the support abilities. Might as well also use gears. Let's destroy this Megatronus. Megatronus can be a huge problem. But as you can see, so far they are pretty much gunning down the entire thing on its own. And it's mostly due to gears, because gears does so much. He makes whole squads do so much more. Just amazing. That was effortless. Let's go for another base over here. And let's deploy pipes here in the back. And rush with him to pop these outposts. And just not care. Okay, let's deploy gears in the back. So he takes this out. While Pipes is doing his tanking. I just want to put more emphasis on gears. Let's rush with Pipes. Okay. Gears, let's do more damage. Just to show the ability. He can do a lot, absolutely. But now let's see. I want to try to zoom in. Because he's setting a huge area on fire, he's applying the prime effect. He just does so much. Let me rush here with pipes to pop the outpost. Okay. Let's see, I can do some damage here. Like this. Boom. Let's also rush more with pipes here. And Gears is all the way here in the back. Okay. This is Beach Comber, or Deluge for Decepticons. And Acid that Gears does passively pretty much blocks his healing. Now Gears is his attention was taken away, but it's okay. It's no big deal. And as you can see, a lot of this damage is just done passively. I have huge nukers like Leo Prime, Predacon Inferno for Decepticons, 6-gun, that's trigger happy, guys who can do a lot of damage, but as you can see, I'm not using their abilities because they can do just so much damage passively, and because of Gears. Gears is absolutely amazing with this setup. He just does so much. Yeah, as you can see, he's setting an entire areas on fire. Look at this. Wow. Wow, Gears. Now, the second build that I want to show him is more of a build that is oriented to his ability. And for this, I will go with G1 Core. However, you can also go with Amalgamous Prime. It also does the same damage increase, but gives you healing instead of fire damage. Or you can just go simply with Volatile Mixture. That's just straight up ability damage. That will also suffice. And combat bot of choice will be SB Optimus Prime, and that's SB Megatron for Decepticons. Now, why? Well, first thing is the fact that he stays at long range. Long range is his default range, and it pretty much means that his ability will be able to reach a little bit further away because he will stand a little bit closer to targets. Second thing is when he is casting ability, he cannot use a weapon. But combat, especially a powerful combat like SB Optimus Prime, he can do his thing, he can do his damage, and this is an amazing combat. It also increases DPS, so it will also benefit the entire squad. And he's really, 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 really strong with this setup as well. Now, the first setup is my preferred way, but this is if you want to just fully emphasize on using his ability, because again, it also applies glass gas, which further increases the damage that your squad does, and he can do pretty decent damage on his own from his ability. Now, this is about 27,000 damage in total, except it is increased by 40% more. So yeah, I haven't done any math, but this is like what 35,000, something damage. It's just incredible. And last best that I want to show is with with this ability focus setup. So let me just deploy pipes here to pop these outposts. Although I could skip them, but the thing is he can do a lot. Um, he can just do a lot on his own. So let's go deploy it in the back. Deploy the gang in the back. Let's also rush with pipes again just to taunt. Now let's go with gears. Let's just apply his glass gas and let's let him rip. And let's also pair it with Leo. Let's just do so much damage. Let's burn them down. Make short work of these outposts. And these are very strong outposts. Um wait, is Beachcomber dead already? No way. Wow. That's the power of glass gas. Uh incredible. And I want to get rid of this FFD, so I'm gonna do this. And to get rid of this FFD, I'm gonna do this. So that my pipes can walk a little bit free. And let's also just do some healing. Now let's see if I can get some energy. Can get some energy by doing this. Okay. Now let's see with pipes. Let's rush here with pipes. And gears. Let's just let him rip this down. Now, it may be a bit hard to say because there's so much going on, but Gears, he does a lot. And SB Optimus also increases squad's damage, which is very, very valuable. I want him to get a little bit closer. Good enough. And let's see what the amount of damage we will do. Now we also rush here with pipes to apply acid so that they cannot be healed by my Cronus. Okay, let's see where his gear is shooting now. Okay, let's do his ability again. Let's also rush with pipes. Or maybe... Okay, let's rush with pipes here. To the Liege. So he doesn't die. Let's see if I can get more out of gears, or is this gonna be it? It's pretty much it. I want to use his ability maybe one more time, but there isn't much to use it on. But it's okay. As you can see, Gears is so stupid powerful. So yeah, here are a couple of ways that you can use Gears. And you can also get a little bit more creative. Use these builds as a templates. Now, these are meant to show you what he can do, and these are some of my favorite ones, but he can work perfectly fine with, like, if you use Prima, he can go with something like Nightstick, which would be Fracas for Decepticons. So, yeah, play around with it a little bit, you know. He's very, very solid, and I really love this bot. Unfortunately, I didn't go for his 5-star on my main account, but his 4-star is also very useful and valuable because he also does glass gas, even there, with the same multiplier. So yeah, a very useful bot, and I hope the video was helpful and it showed you just how much more you can squeeze out of your gears. So everyone who stayed until the end, I really thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it because about 10 to 15% of viewers stay until the end, and huge thank you. I really appreciate it, and it really means a lot to me. Thank you, and see you in the next one.